Hey, baby, we're back. It's Tuesday.
Banner reveal. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, what's up?
How we doing, man? Listen, I needed a couple days break. That was a heck of a run we had last week. Holy moly.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. We had the banner drop party. We're going to talk about that. We had the obviously epic tailgates all over the game. Lots of stuff going on with the Eagles signings. I watched it was great because I got to watch like every other game this weekend.
Yeah, I locked in on
Obviously
Sunday.
Phillies
I was watching
Karen, Phillies
everything.
Mets. We got and then the big Super Bowl rematch. So we're gonna talk about it all. So stick around. And I'm actually right now what I'm doing is I'm adding the Twitter, I think. So that's what I'm doing. But yeah, so we didn't really do a pre-show for the Dallas game because it was so I didn't know what we were gonna get. I didn't really have anything to talk about as far as like previews for the first game. A lot of the other podcasts started like in the preseason or like doing fantasy or doing before the Dallas game, but even the radio was kind of boring. They didn't like
Week 1 is your wild card now. Like you don't know what you're gonna get because week 1 has become preseason game 1, except for the fact that it counts now, right? Because barely any starters play. I mean, it looked like the Bengals put some starters out in the preseason game, but our starters didn't even sniff the field in the preseason. And so it's a tough weekend. It's a very tough betting weekend. Nobody really knows which teams are going to do well. Although some of the parlays we did or I did personally actually did pretty good. But it was you're really just kind of like throwing it out there and seeing what sticks. And you never know what you're going to get. You never know what you're going to get in a division game either. And that made it a lot of fun, but it would have been very tough to analyze.
yeah, my friends got kind of antsy. They were throwing in uh they were throwing in crazy bets left and right last week, but and I'm like, dude, don't you guys want to wait and see like what these guys look like? They got like burnt out already and roughed out of money week 1. Although I saw Joe Perry, like little snuff skinny Joey's, he had a bunch of like touchdowns. He got like the Bills tight end. And he was like cleaning up. He called out a bunch and he hit on a lot of stuff. But
Listen, it's hard when you start stacking those games on top of each other. There's a reason that odds change happens because I mean it's like trying to get a coin flip right 3 or 4 times in a row, and you know how unpredictable some of these games are. You don't know what you're going to get officiating wise and things like that. So it takes a lot to get those. And but yeah, no, there were some really good ones. We had a nice little one.
yeah, it was great. So people are on Kick now too. Kick, Twitch, YouTube, Twitter. I'm running all over right now.
Yeah, nobody uses Facebook anymore, it feels like, except, to this day, we put the stuff on there and it rolls. The comments come in and we still have a ton of followers on Facebook. So that Facebook's
yeah,
for the OGs.
yeah, Facebook for life. Meta's killing it. A lot of other creators are trying to build their profiles now because they can. They're the number of views like on that Ryan Hall video that's like got like close to 1 million views. That's actually not like 1 million views on Instagram. It does a combined number now. When you click through and look at the insights, it's like half of it's Facebook, half of it's Instagram. So a lot of the creators now, I've been talking to like a lot of the Philly guys. They're trying to build their Facebook up because they're making bonuses on TikTok and Instagram, and now they could get it across on Facebook. The content there, and it's way better for like products. Like when you post a link on an Instagram caption, it's not you can't like click it, but you can click links like on Facebook. So thanks to everyone who checked out the Princess Di jacket.
Yeah, I can't believe they came back out with that. I thought they were gonna keep it exclusive, and I tell you, I feel bad for people that waited in line like crazy for it, and I feel bad for people that resold it and paid resale prices on the Princess Die. They when and I'll say it like this, in full honesty and disclosure, when they do releases like that, if it's not numbered, if it's not Princess Die Jacket 1 out of 500, I was wondering that when it came out the first time, like, are they going to re-release this jacket, or like what's stopping them from releasing it? And I think the price went up. Was it 350 when it first came out last year? I thought it was like 400 this time around. But for the people that did miss the boat, the Princess Die Jacket is back out. You can get it online. We have the link posted, I think, in our story today. So if you didn't get a chance to grab that for yourself, or in my opinion, for your girl, because I don't think I don't love it on dudes, but whatever.
Gilly rocks it. I
Yeah,
don't personally like it,
for
but
me, it doesn't work
anyway.
for me. It's not my
Yeah,
thing.
so the banner, shout out to E-Rock. They're on tomorrow on their live. But shout out to E-Rock for setting that up at the live casino. Um Everybody was out the night before. And I don't know if
Yeah,
it
it was
was the
great
best way.
vibes.
A lot of the
I was actually
people
just going through my phone today, and I have some hilarious moose videos that I
like
need to do
pictures,
something with.
taking pictures there. And a lot of the people that were there, I haven't really met. Like I went out west to LA with like West Coast Swoop Nation with Aaron, and I go to a bunch of games with Drees and stuff, and we see E-Rock every week. But like Dave, like Fit Dad, I've only met him like one other time, and then I hung out with him 2 or 3 times this week because he was at the tailgate and at the event. And then like Angelique, is that her name? Angelique, I guess. Uh, that party was off the hook. The field goal kicking, and the rest of the club 2-on-5. Like a lot of them, and a lot of people I had never got to really hang out with, spend some time with in person. So we were all fired up for the game. We were talking about the Super Bowl. We were talking about business. We were talking about everything. It was good. I was hurt, and I didn't want to mispronounce. um, but yeah. So that was fun. But then the next morning I was hurting. I mean, I went to see Pondley Hockey. They had a bunch of stuff at the tailgate, and I got to the lots like before 9 o'clock, and everybody was just in line. So like Asylum Choir was in line; they were first in line. 'Cause they had to set up the stage and the band. Sean was like 3 or 4 cars back. All the 302 Birds boys were there. Nady was there with Rosie. That was like early, and I just kind of made fun of Cowboys fans, and I walked around all over, but I was hurting. I was cooked. By the time they finally opened the lots at like 1 or 2, it was so hot out. I was out late the night before. Uh,
That's
they
when you
were
need the injection of normal guy. Normal guy shows up caffeinated, well rested, and ready to go. Listen, I saw the writing on the wall. I knew this was going to be a tough week for me. It was a work week for me. I had to get up at 5 for my regular job every day. So I planned accordingly Wednesday into Thursday. That Thursday into Friday, though, that was the hurt day for me. Friday, after the lack of sleeps the 2 nights before, the weather delay, which we could talk about my conspiracy theory on the weather delay that was pretty viral. I was half kidding, half serious on that. But the weather delay, I didn't get home till about 2:30 in the morning. By the time I settled in, went to bed, and my alarm goes off at 5 for my regular job. So I was and I wasn't calling out. I'm not a big call out of work guy, so I did make it in Friday, and it was nice getting to sleep Friday into Saturday. That was my real rest day. And then, like you were saying, getting to have Sunday off and be able to watch all the other games was really fun. I had a good time watching the Giants, who are absolutely a fire trash dumpster franchise. If you're a Giant fan, you should be absolutely embarrassed. You should be embarrassed of yourself for sticking around with them this long. You should be embarrassed of the organization. You should be embarrassed of the coach. You should be embarrassed of the quarterback. You should be embarrassed of the fact that Daniel Jones lit it up, had led scoring drives every single drive of the game, and you're rolling out Russell Wilson and put 6 points up against the Commanders. Couldn't cover 6.5. Everybody in the group chat would have made bank if the Giants would have covered six and a
They're
half.
bad.
That was the ghost leg for all of us. So
And you want
shout out to the most horrific fan base right now, the down bad Giants.
And we're so used to taking risks. Like we take risks on Jalen Carter for all the off the field stuff. We take risks on Jahad Campbell. Like take a risk. Put Jameis Winston out there. At least he's got a little swagger.
Yeah.
Put Jackson Dart out there. He had an amazing preseason. They were so vanilla with Russell Wilson. And the game was like tight in the first half. Like Russell Wilson's, I love the dude. Like the dude was great. Bunch of Super Bowls. He was so exciting. Like early in his career, but the dude gives you no juice. Like
he gives you nothing.
Zero juice.
Jameis Winston is the clear start there. You and I kind of talked about this. I think what the Giants are doing is they're using Russell Wilson to sort of groom Jackson Dart. I don't know if they want to throw him out there. I don't think they realize that the team is not that good. But listen, they have a decent offense. They have 2 weapons. They got Skatibo and they got Neighbors are great weapons. I mean, they could score some points.
Wandale had a bunch of catches when they doubled up. Like they're and their defense, like they keep like drafting their defense. Like the past couple years, their defense has been like middle of the league or better. Like they're like have some people there, but it's just they don't want to throw Jackson Dart out there week 1, but I get that. So I would have much rather like.
Oh, I would love to play against Winston. I want to watch Winston's must-see TV, man. Winston's really fun. Luch said that the Philly Live was off the hook. Yeah, Philly. I like Philly Live. That's the most fun I had there because the only other time we went to a party was the down bad game against the Buccaneers when we went all out, had that super fun night. But the game did not go our direction. But that event was very, very fun. The DJ was really good. I never got so many compliments on a shirt. I busted out my Pro Standard Kelly Green tee and probably like 10 people come up to me and say, "Man, I love that shirt," or "Oh, I just bought that shirt, but I didn't want to wear it yet." So
my gosh,
I was feeling good at
I had some rando shirt I got in New Orleans that had like no team on it. It was just like Super Bowl.
That's what I'm rocking right now.
There's like nothing on it. Super Bowl. That thing was tough. But and then the tailgate all the way from
movie
FDR through Wells, Forgo, Philly Sports Trips, 4th and John, down through K, through M, through N8, the Hungry Dogs. It was insane.
Listen, we had that much fun at rolling around the tailgates. All I was doing was drinking energy drinks and water the whole time, and I feel like I still left some out on the table. I didn't get to make it over to 4th and John. I didn't get to make it back over to Bobby the second time. I like to get back over to Bobby after it's going and everybody's all fired up. That's always a fun visit. I was very early on in FDR, which I know you didn't get to make it over. And I got to hang in the truck with those guys while they were setting up and prepping all the food and had some cool conversations. And we definitely got to get over to Taz's new restaurant that he's opening up very soon. So we got a lot. We got a lot to do this year, man.
People we didn't see that this next game we can go up, early as heck and check in there. And it's crazy. Because Tom and the people at Ponley Hockey have been super generous, sponsored our channel and our podcast and the tailgate with the Hungry Dogs. And I've worked with them for a while just on a marketing front, but he's never like come to a tailgate. And even he rolled up to the tailgate. Everybody was there. So
he had the line of the day.
TV commercial yet? Thanks to everyone who came to that. I haven't seen the TV commercial yet though.
I like how you said Tom turned to like there was like a band playing and there's like all this like meat on the grill and he's like, "Dang, who pays for all this?" And you were like, "You did." in many ways, in indirect ways. So shout out to our sponsor, Pond Lee Hockey. They've been amazing. If you are injured at work, make sure you call Pond Lee Hockey.
Yeah. So yeah, if you're going to the next tailgate, hit us because we got a lot of stuff to get to. But yeah, so the game was awesome. The first half, nobody could stop anybody, and the second half, nobody scored. And um Jalen Hurts was great. He was 19 to 23. There was only probably, I'd say the general population thinks it was one of the best games he ever played. I'd say most people would say that. There is a few crickets of people that are like, oh, he stinks because he didn't get the ball to like AJ Brown and Devontae Smith enough. But yeah, they only had like a combined like 4 or 5 targets. But he was 19 to 23. So I don't know if there was much there. They were playing from what they were saying, uh, they're playing two deep safeties, and he hit the tight end a lot early. There's obviously not a lot of ball movement in the second half, so they just kind of took what was there, and I thought he was good, and everyone killed Adoree Jackson, but I mean, you didn't have the pass rush. You didn't get a single sack in the game. No Big Mac for me, and they shut him down in the second half. So I'm not ready to just move on from Adoree. I like that they're doing their due diligence and working out people, but I'm not like get rid of Adoree guy. I don't know
Yeah,
what
the
you think.
Jalen Carter spit messed up my ability to truly judge the defense, right? And even whenever I watch a week 1 game, I try my hardest to just pull positives because positives are real. Like if you did good things, those are good things that you can do. And then like negatives in the first game, they're not patterned yet. They're just like a negative. And obviously, AJ Brown and Devontae Smith will be a huge part of the offense and will be involved in the offense going forward. They didn't have that opportunity this week. Honestly, I think if you are going to get into the Vegas this weekend, you definitely got to think about an AJ Brown anytime. You got to feel like they're going to highly work him back into the offense this week. And I think he'll be there. And then defensively, yeah, I mean, without the pass rush, it's going to be really difficult. Adoree Jackson had a great stop on a key third down, like diving play, ball popped up. It was almost an interception. So I'm not ready to run him out of town like a lot of people yet, but I will be watching him closely this week against a depleted Kansas City offense who is missing their top 2 receivers. Rice is out on a suspension, and Worthy has a dislocated shoulder. He's unable to go. So Adoree Jackson should be able to totally redeem himself this week. I'm big
Yeah,
on Eagles D. I think the Eagles D does a great job this weekend. A good fantasy start as well.
yeah. If like Valdez Scantling or Juju Smith-Schuster or something goes off against one of the other corners beside that aren't Mitchell and DeJean, I'll be concerned. But yeah, I'm not ready to write him off. And they worked out some people and things like that, but uh yeah, it's gonna be great game this weekend. I was just impressed, week 1 is weird. We saw some teams do some weird things. Like the Texans scored 9 points and they had the ball at the end of the game. They could have tied it and maybe, you know, beat the Rams, which would have helped us. We didn't really get much help. The Giants were really bad against the Commanders. There's really no like AFC teams beating NFC teams for us. We didn't get virtually any help. The Packers won big, and they're going to be a seed contender for us. We didn't really get help anywhere across any of the games. And week 1's a wonky week. You don't know who you are yet, but you just kind of got to find a way to win and to be able to overcome the lightning delays. And like they scored on their first 3 drives in a row and like not getting the ball to AJ, but then like you probably heard this, like coach talked about today. He didn't get the ball the whole game, but it was like 2nd and 14 at the end of the game. And then he gets the ball, and then it's 3rd and 3, and Jalen Hurts rushes for the first down and ends the game. So he doesn't get the ball the entire game, and then he makes arguably like a game-winning type play. So, I mean, it was a weird week all around. We got no help from anybody, and the Eagles found a way to win. So that's like all you can really ask for. And then it'll make the Eagles look bad if if somehow they get burned by Casey's backups and somehow like the Giants play really well against the Cowboys and they're like, oh, the Eagles barely beat the Cowboys and the Giants like beat the
No, I
Cowboys, like
don't
something
see that happening. I don't
stupid
see that
like
happening. And I'll tell you, the only two teams that I watched and I was kind of like, whoa, you're firing on all cylinders off the rip were obviously the Bills and the Ravens. I mean, that game, first of all, was an all-time game. I don't really know if you got a chance to watch that. I caught the fourth quarter on a replay on Monday morning, and it was unbelievable. That comeback by the Bills, an historic comeback. They looked excellent, and Lamar Jackson always looks pretty tough. So I think those two teams are my favorites coming out of the AFC. The Chiefs are clearly on a downtrend. I think we can really, keep our foot on their necks this weekend and make a lot of AFC teams happy if the Chiefs start 0-2 for the first time in a while. And I do have the Eagles winning this weekend. I don't know what the spread is off the top of my head, but I think the Eagles can honestly go into KC and even cover just based on the fact that I think the Chiefs really are on a downhill.
yeah, they don't have as much talent, and yeah, I think I like Lamar. I thought the Ravens were really great. It's a shame they lost that game. Um, I think
Yeah,
AJ Brown. That's my parlay. I think AJ Brown is going to bounce back and have a touchdown. I think Lamar is going to get another rushing touchdown in the end zone. And Jamar Chase had a horrible week if you drafted him number 1 overall. So those three guys, anytime touchdown, the parlay pays plus 950. $100 wins you almost $1,000 if Lamar gets in the end zone again. He looked faster than I've ever seen him sprinting in the end zone, like 30 yards out, like does the RPO like shoop, like just burning people. And I went to bed. I was like, they won. And then the Bills came back and won. Same thing last night. The Vikings look putrid. And the
oh,
Bears
the
actually look
Bears are
pretty good.
so bad. The Bears
They
are like
look
the
good
Giants,
early.
dude.
They look good early with Ben Johnson, and you're like, hey, wow, Caleb Williams is rushing for first downs. He looks a little bit like some of the other quarterbacks we saw where he's just kind of taking what's there. Swift had a couple big plays checking it down. It almost looked like, not going to compare them because they're nowhere near in the same stratosphere, but he checked it down to Swift a few times and he made some kind of jukey first downs. He rushed for a few first downs when they were playing too deep. It almost looked like Hurts and like the Timu version of Hurts and Saquon Barkley, but
That's funny.
they look good early and they were up. And I went to bed in that game too. And then the Vikings came back and won. So don't go to sleep in the middle of the game. It's the moral of the story.
Luch wants to walk the tailgates with us. Luch, you're in. You're
Adoree,
always
no, that's
invited to come take
Adoree
a
is
stroll with
burnt
us.
toast. Giants have no O line. Blah blah blah. 100, baby. Yeah, it's
Yeah, that's
exciting. We're
it.
good to be back. Happy Tuesday. So yeah, we talked
So
about.
this weekend, man, Sweetwater. Tell me about Sweetwater and what the plan is for that. That sounds awesome.
So shout out to my friend Alexis at Jim Beam and Megan that works at Fedway. She's a liquor rep, and that's one of her bigger accounts. It's awesome. They have bands out there. They just had like a big tasting event. It's on the river. They like did a filming like a party where you kind of float in the water and watch Jaws. You can take boats out there. It's like water sports. It's indoor, it's outdoor, it's gigantic. They also have like 3 or 4 like Airbnbs there on the river. So like people that have been to like the Chesapeake Inn, like down in Maryland where they've had a bunch of events recently with like Jordan Spector and BG and stuff like that. It's kind of like that. It's indoor, it's outdoor. They're gonna have the game on a huge projector, DJ. It's just a crazy insane spot in the summer, and it's really busy like through the end of October for the NFL seasons. It's got like big garage doors, so they'll like kind of close it in. But they have like putting green, turf, boat slips. People come there by boat. It's like Hamilton area. The city is Sweetwater, but it's Sweetwater Marina and River Deck, and sponsored by Jim Beam. So Jim Beam, you know, covered us to take a party bus out there. So You could fit some people on the party bus if you're coming from Cape May County to Atlantic County to go to Sweetwater from south to south. The Jim Beam kind of covered that. They covered the DJ. We had a videographer do the promo video, and then he's coming again to this event, and he's going to capture and film the whole thing. So we're going to have an after movie of that. It's going to
Nice.
be a movie, but it's kid friendly too. So it's like food vendors, like amazing food there. Family, kids are going to be there. Young people, middle-aged people, old people, hot people,
Yeah, that
ugly
sounds
people, bikers. It's like a real like, biker bar.
It's
It's like some
Mullica, right?
ugly bar,
Technically, it's
real
Mullica
melting
Township.
pot. And it's like the richest of the rich and the poorest of the poor. It's like dude, it's incredible. It's like it's just so far to get out there. And that's why like I was like, we had to do a big event. We got to get a sponsor. Like I need to get people rides from like Ocean City, Summers Point, like out to Sweetwater. Some people are gonna take the shuttle out with us. Some people are gonna use it as a means to get back. So we can fit like 20 something people in there. And I'm only going
I
with like
sent the flyer to Danielle's family, and Corey wrote me back and was like, "Oh, that place is so lit," which he's like a young kid, so he's allowed to say that. And so I'm excited for it. For me, this is coming down your pipeline very soon. If you guys don't know, Phil and I have families. We both have kids. Phil has a very young child too. My oldest is 10. So on the away games, when the Eagles are away, it's important for me to be able to spend time with my family, because my kids are now becoming like really big Eagles fans. Like they get it. They're sentient. Trip has a fantasy team now. So being able to go to a really fun place outside, not have to worry about cooking, cleaning up, all that stuff, and it being family friendly at the same time is a huge sell for me. So I'm really excited I'm taking my whole family, even the baby's coming. We're all going to make it to Sweetwater. I don't know about Party Bus, but we will be there, and I can't wait. It should be a good time.
Oh, yeah, we have room on it. So a couple of the people that work for the like marketing people for the liquor brands or whatever, they're coming, probably like half a dozen, and then I have a couple half a dozen. So we have plenty of space on that too. If anyone needs a ride, we're gonna leave from like a commuter lot.
Well, maybe I'll pull an E-Rock and go with like when
bring 'em
E-Rock brings
on.
his guy. Maybe I'll bring the boys
Bring
or
one
something
of
on the
'em.
bus for fun. Yeah,
Yeah.
that'll
Everyone
be
else
tough, but maybe.
drive beyond it. But yeah, it's a really good spot. And
I just checked the weather. The weather looks incredible. 78 with just the sun. So that'll be
it's
awesome.
sick out there. The last event we were there was Riverfest, where it's all the wine, ready to drinks, like it's almost like a mini beer fest where you get a wristband and they just give out samples. So like Sun Cruiser was there, Sea Isle Iced Tea, freaking Surfside, Cutwater was there. That's like kind of when we filmed the promo. They had like a dunk tank. My boy Hunter's there. He has the old smoky like moonshine. So they'll be there. Like it's a good spot. But anyway, um, so that so I just think we'll get into Philly Karen before we go, and we'll get into I did my parlay, but and we did kind of what's going on around the league and what to watch, but yeah, I think that the Eagles, like, I just think the Chiefs are way too shorthanded. And then now that Jalen Carter is not suspended, I think the Eagles have a really, really good shot this week.
Yeah, they just ended up finding him. It was an odd number. It was like $57,200 and something dollars. And I was like, wonder what that is. And it equates to a week of pay. Yeah. Yeah. Which to me didn't seem like that much money. I'm not trying. It's a lot of money. It would be a lot of money to me, but like as like an NFL amount of money, it doesn't seem like that much money. And
So
I'm very glad that they followed precedent and that what?
No, go ahead.
I was saying I'm very glad that they followed past precedent and didn't suspend him, because the last time a player spit on another player was in 2021. It was a Steelers player, and he was not suspended. So if they would have suspended him, they would have been going above and beyond past precedent. So I'm very pleased with the NFL. The punishment did fit the crime. He basically was suspended a game. He was out the whole first game. He got the $57,000 fine. Let's all move on with our lives. I guarantee this guy doesn't do anything ever again. If he does, he's a total dope. And I would consider moving on from him if he did another thing. But I'm willing to forgive and move on for sure.
Nick didn't rule out the team doing something about it, like sitting for the game or sitting for the first quarter or like something like that. So I'm still jury's not out yet if he's going to start right away. But yeah, the game check is weird because he's not on his second contract yet, so he's gonna get like one of those $200 million contracts or whatever. His like rookie deal is still pretty big. It's like 21 million, but the way the Eagles manipulate the cap, they pay most of that money as a signing bonus or a bonus at the beginning of the year. So his game checks are really small. So like this year, he's probably making like 6 million or 10 million. All that money was paid as like a bonus, and his game check, his salary or whatever is only like a few $100,000, which we say that like it's nothing. Like, I'd love to make a few $100,000 a year playing a game, but yeah, his salary's only like, I don't know, what is it, 100 like? Or
yeah, that's what Howie does. That's how Howie keeps the cap.
$500,000.
Howie keeps the cap normal by doing stuff like that. So
he'll be back, and it should help the corners a little bit. They did not sign a corner this week, but they did sign running back Tank Bigsby. Didn't you draft him fantasy?
Listen, there's been plenty of guys that have been on my bench. No, I don't have him. I might have him in a different league. I don't know. Maybe I do. I don't even know. I have to check. I got to go on and put in on my waiver request tonight for tomorrow.
Yeah, but last year he was the lead back. He had almost 800 yards. They had ETN there, and everyone last year in fantasy
ETN is who I have.
ETN was going to be the guy. ETN had a really good week one, but
on my
last year Bigsby like got more of the workload as the season went on because he's just a bigger back, I guess. But yeah, Shipley's hurt and Bigsby does kickoff duty. So that's kind of why they did it. I was confused at first. I made it like a joke meme where I was like, Eagles fans, we need a cornerback. And then I was like, the Birds, they signed a running back.
Classic. But I didn't realize that Will Shipley cracked a rib. So you need an RB2. Will Shipley was actually pretty good. That was a big L for us. I thought he could be a really good change of pace back, but if he's got a cracked rib, cracked ribs are tender running back. That could be 2 or 3 week, maybe more injury.
Oh, do we have breaking news? Oh, wow. This can't be. Someone's trolling us in the comments. Hold on.
I haven't gotten anything. The Phillies are currently beating the Mets 4-1. That's all. That's the only news on my phone.
It's troll. Someone said we re-signed Jalen Mills to Green Goblin.
Oh gosh. Wouldn't that be nice?
He started
Where is he nowadays? I forgot about him.
Last year, I think he's sitting on his couch.
He's where?
Last year, he started for the Patriots, I think. But they were really bad.
I forgot. Was his hair still green?
I think.
That's a good troll, though. Shout out to you. You got Phil all.
I was like, oh yeah, that it made sense as a backup. But
that's like Jalen Mills is like a great name. When we post those ones that's like name an Eagles player that you wouldn't normally think of, and everybody's like,
the Green Goblin.
The Green Goblin's a good one. That's a guy I haven't thought about since the bowl.
Damn,
I'm about to find a Jalen Mills jersey now just because that's random.
He just got cut.
He did?
Yes.
Practice squad. Bring the Green Goblin in.
Armstrong. He just got cut. And they tried out Mike Hilton from the Bengals, who's 32. He's a little bit up there, but he's good. I think he's pretty good. And everyone wants Asante Samuel Jr., but he's hurt. He's not going to be ready for another few weeks. But he grades out one of the highest. And there's a Steelers corner that is younger that grades kind of okay. But other than
being a surprising for week one surprises, Aaron was looking pretty good out there.
He was good. And the Jets look good. That was a great game. That game was awesome.
Yeah, it was a pretty good game. The Jets are so snake fit, though. They can't escape a game like that and getting beat by their old quarterback and just be made to
Yes,
look like crap.
stinky for them. Yeah. And Chip Kelly is the OC of the Raiders, of the Vegas Raiders.
Chip Kelly.
Chip,
Are we
he's not
doing
even on
meme
the
of the week
field.
still?
He's up in the box.
I'm
A
looking at the
worm.
playlist and I'm not seeing meme of the week. I hopefully that didn't
He's
even
a no, I have that on there. I have that
okay.
on there.
Okay.
I didn't engage at all in this before we do our Eagles Chiefs picks or whatever and our predictions. We'll talk about this because I didn't want to reshare the video because we stopped. If you guys haven't noticed, we stopped like sharing highlights and like stuff like that. Everything's been like all original for the last like 3 months or so. So you had some great memes, but I did not engage in Philly Karen. It just like kind of pissed me off, and I was still kind of tired from the week, and like I didn't post anything about Philly Karen. I was just like, ugh.
Yeah, I dove deep into that one. It
I want
got
to talk
old.
about it though because it's interesting. I like talking about it, but I just like I couldn't get
Yeah.
involved in the riff.
Yeah, no, listen, it got old fast. Everybody started ripping and doing the same things. Jalen Carter spit, same deal. Everybody was kind of going for like the same jokes. Although I was the one Jalen Carter spit meme that I really was mad that I didn't think of myself was so they had the Ace Ventura 2 where he's in the tent.
Oh
Remember he
yeah,
gets
I
that?
saw that.
And it was like Dak, and so that was really funny because Dak did spit first. So I was very upset that I didn't share that one, but we went with the Hawk Tua, and I actually didn't see anybody else do that. I actually made our meme. It's why it looks like crap and it's like that big.
Sitting
While
in
I was
the
in the
between sweaty
stands
guys.
at the game, I made it and I just to text it to E-Rock. And I was like, check your phone, check your phone. And when he looked at it, he laughed. So I was like, I'll just post
I
it.
gotta
And
post
then
it.
like everybody
Just wrote right
in the
across it like on Instagram. You do it right there, bang bang
yeah,
boom.
yeah, it was a
But
terrible meme, but it got good views.
yeah, they loved it. Yeah, they loved it. Everybody loved it that were with like throughout the day. They were like, "Oh
Yeah,
my god." Yeah, and then
yeah, it was really good.
a couple people,
By the way, I changed the topic on it. I didn't mean to, but Philly Karen, yeah.
stole it afterwards. Yeah, there's a lot of memes this week, but yeah, Philly Karen is just like it was like a lose-lose for the guy because he just
No, I
kind of
thought he did great.
he de-escalated the situation,
That's what you
which
do.
was good, but people like got mad at him for like not sticking up for his son.
No,
And then if he would have stuck up for his son and that lady got mouthy and like pushed him and stuff, he could have
it's
gotten in trouble for like
it's
pushing a
nah,
girl.
yeah, it's a crazy person. You bowed you let
De-escalate.
yeah, you de-escalate. And de-escalation is all I do in my regular everyday job. And you kind of just let crazy people be crazy. You can't fight crazy with crazy. It just doesn't work. And so you saw him. He like went like that when she kind of came over. And then of course the kid gets made whole like always in these scenarios. The kid goes down, he gets to meet Harrison Bader. They roll the red carpet out for him. I wouldn't be surprised if the Phillies do something like if they make the playoffs, they get him some choice seats and stuff like that. So they always get made whole. I think the controversial sort of take and sort of opinion that I had on it is like the whole like doxing and the person losing their everyday job over these things. Like as an internet personality myself and somebody who is very apprehensive to put my face out there, it's a fear that somebody like doxes you, gets involved in your everyday life, and that you lose your job. Does she deserve to lose her job over this? Like probably. And as far as a lot of social media policies go for employment, if you bring bad press to your place of employment, you can lose your job over something you do stupid online. So she probably did violate policy. A lot of people didn't think that's fair that you lose your job because of that. But a lot of people are usually, especially on the internet, are just like, screw this person. They're horrible. They deserve everything coming to them. So I don't know. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, people were like calling for her to lose her job. I figured she probably would.
She
Um,
did.
there was that crazy guy, that was up during the Packers playoff game up in the nosebleeds, and that guy like won his job. That was like really creepy. That
Mm-hmm.
guy. It seems like there's one like all the time nowadays. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's I that's one of the reasons I don't know if I like subliminally like didn't engage with it was
Yeah,
because
you just didn't wanna get
my
involved.
my employer loves this. Like we're not like a iHeart podcast, but they love this. I meet so many people, like clients, prospects and stuff, advertisers. They love it. And like even if I'm like partying, getting rowdy, like it's in a positive light and people like it. We get some mean comments occasionally. But other than that, I think we keep it pretty positive. I try and
Yeah.
like not get I don't at games like I don't like get in the Cowboys fans like faces or like follow them to their car. Like we don't engage.
Which which was funny because that guy that was in front of us that had that stupid thing on the back of his jersey, and you go up to him, he thought that you were that Philly fan that was trying to start with him, but literally you just wanted to have me take a picture of the back of both of your jerseys, like, next to each other, but
I was trying to
he
get
wasn't
his
having it.
permission. So I have a custom like filthy jersey on the back, and then he had a custom one. I guess he thinks he's like a famous Cowboys fan. It says overshown 13, number 13. That's like his handle or whatever. So I was like, yo, do I have like, can we do like a back to back where we can get both the jerseys? But I wanted his permission because I was gonna like maybe post it or something. So that I always like to ask people's permission. Like before I interview them, it's just like courtesy. Like I'm not making you sign a waiver or anything, but I'm like, yo, like, do you care? This is gonna be on like Filthy and Philly social media.
Yeah.
Potentially. Sometimes it doesn't even make it off the cutting room floor, but it was just a courtesy. I was like, yo, dude, both got custom jerseys, sick jersey, even though it's not sick. But just trying to be because we always get paired up. Like the two seats next to our season tickets are open, and it's always the away team fan because we're by the visitors tunnel. Like it always is. We just gotta like, kind of be nice because it's easy to be nice because the Eagles like I didn't sweat it once throughout the whole game. They scored touchdown, don't sweat it. We tie it up. They score touchdown again, don't sweat it. We tie it up. This is like always like at least with Jalen Hurts starting, he only has about 9 losses. So at most times at home games, like we always inevitably win. Like, there's occasionally times we blew a game like the home opener last year, but like inevitably we almost always win. So there's no reason to
Yeah.
panic or to like fight with the opposing team fan and stuff. So I try and stay out of that. But yeah, she was wild. She really didn't realize that it's not your ball until it's your ball.
Yeah, she was clueless. She figured, "Oh, it landed near me, it's mine."
He
And
was mad
then,
he came
like,
over from
just
like
went full, like,
it would be
full
like if we
blown.
went from 115 to 116 to grab a ball that was in like the alleyway. He did come over like it was the same row
Possession
though.
is 9/10 of the law. When there's a
If
scrum and there's
someone
a
drops it,
baseball, whoever comes up with it, it's their
it's not your
property.
ball until it's your ball.
Yeah.
But
And even
anyway,
worse, he's going to give it to a child, and then she comes and grabs it, like, essentially like, almost like you run
I
over and you're like, "Oh, you grown man that took this ball." If there wasn't a child involved, okay, you're gonna argue, it's still terrible, but you argue, but, like, you would run over and then be like, "Oh, this guy gave it to his kid, maybe I should just walk away," but no.
I felt bad for him because he didn't fight it and he didn't resist at all, but he was just like, "Oh, really, dad?
Nah,
Like
yeah.
really,
Yeah,
daddy?"
no,
And I was just like,
the dad
"Oh,
and the kid get 10 out of 10.
yeah, yeah."
By the way, your Phillies just went up 7-1
Yeah,
against
they're
the Mets.
killer. Making back that old Mets when I was getting on them before the Eagles started because there was nothing better to talk about. They're making up for that whole series by
Mhm.
all they really need to do is split here, and they won last night and won tonight. They win
Yeah,
3 out of 4 or 4 out of 4. They're they're cooking.
they're
And Trey
golden.
Turner's gonna be back. But anyway, we'll go on our Eagles Chiefs predictions. If you missed it, my 3-game parlay this week is another Lamar Jackson anytime touchdown. He looked faster than I've ever seen him. Jamar Chase anytime touchdown because he stunk week 1 and I had number 1 in one of my leagues. And AJ Brown anytime touchdown because he didn't get much love either. I think they're going to try and get him the ball a lot. I like them all as a single, but if you put them together, the 3-leg anytime touchdown parlay plays plus 950 $100 to win almost $1,000 so I can buy a beverage at Sweetwater.
I'm
Anyway,
loving the Eagles defense this week. So let's go. Eagles defense is heavy. So let's go Chiefs, Eagles. You think that it would be a shootout, crazy Super Bowl. I'm going under. I like the under this week. And I also like the Eagles defense to grab an interception. So that's my fun prop bet of the week is an Eagles
Mahomes to throw a
anytime
pick or the Eagles to get.
interception. Mahomes forcing it in there. He's got a depleted wide receiver core this week. I like the Eagles to grab an interception, maybe even a Cooper DeJean repeat interception this week. And I like the
That is
under.
nice.
And I like the Eagles
That'll
to
be
win
nice.
this week. I like the Eagles money line.
I like the Eagles bigly 27-21. And the Eagles, I seen some of their point totals. I like the under in the game, I think, maybe. I haven't looked at it, but the Eagles point total is 23.5. So they're going to score way more than 23 points for sure. So I like the
Oh, yeah.
Eagles over 23.5. And the Eagles to win comfortably. Jalen Carter back in the saddle. Hopefully they don't give him a big Dom disciplinary action on their own because we need them. We need a pass rush. I need a sack. I need a Big Mac from McDonald's. I didn't get my Big Mac, and I was pissed off when I don't get my sack with a Big Mac. Jihad Campbell.
Over under 46.5.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So 27-21, I technically be over, but if the Chiefs can't move the ball at all, it could go under. Or if the Eagles get like 24 or 26 or something like that, it could go
24-13.
under. And
24-13, by the way,
20.
is the normal guy pick of the week for my score for the game.
There it is. And there it is. And it's been a great week. We appreciate seeing all you guys and sharing all our stuff and coming to the parties, banner drop parties, Sweetwater this weekend. We got another tailgate coming up in 2 weeks' time. Eagles play the Rams. Our next two home games for the Eagles are 1:00 games.
Normal
Rams and the
guy.
Broncos.
Normal guy.
The next
Normal guy. I'm
couple
so
too.
happy. Oh, I love a 1:00 fall game.
Yeah. So that's gonna
Do I
be.
get to sneak a meme of the weekend, or did we just talk
Oh
about
yeah,
them and
yeah.
that's it?
Let's do it.
My meme of the week is a series that I started last year. It's one of my most favorite normal guy things to do, which is wake up super early in the morning and watch my favorite news station, Fox 29 Philadelphia. It's nobody Eagles fans at 5:35 a.m. for an 8 p.m. game. Usually it's Mike Jarek doing something funny or Alex Holly doing something funny, but this was a fan interview. These videos are always videos that I take. I take my cell phone and I record my own television while I'm up early watching the news, putting you on the news. And it's so once again, yes, nobody Philly fans at 5:35 for an 8 p.m. game. If you want to pull that clip.
Eagles.
French toast, scrapple, sausage, pork roll, scrambled eggs, hash browns. Oh my god! Chicken cheesesteaks for lunch, beef cheesesteaks for lunch, hot and mild Italian sausage and peppers, pancakes.
Pancakes, sausage, scrapple, cheesesteaks on the grill, sausage, peppers. He's just like bing, 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 bing.
He's killing it.
I love that. Such a vibe.
There's the other guy the other tailgate legend. I actually met him. He was
He's
in
like,
the line.
that guy, yeah, the guy with the squinty eyes is like, I got 16 pounds of shrimp.
Yeah,
He's
the
always talking
shrimp
about how
guy.
much shrimp he's got. Bro, who's eating shrimp at your tailgate? I ain't eating your
Yeah,
5 a.m.
got
shrimp.
6 pounds of
That's shrimp in the
shrimp,
danger zone.
2 bottles of honey whiskey.
I got 2 bottles of Fireball, 2 bottles
Dude,
of honey
he
whiskey,
comes in the night
67
before.
shrimp.
He comes
I
in the
didn't
night
meet
before.
him. I want to meet him.
I met him this week. He comes here the night before, and he lives like far away too. I was like, how do you drive home? I don't know who drives him home.
Yeah, he's a legend. Like that's a guy that like doesn't even have social media. He just like exists just to bird on. Like
he knew who I was.
birding
He's
on.
always with Kyle. Always gets him.
Oh,
Like
that's
Kyle
cool.
Pagan always gets him. But he knew who I was. I was like, dude, you're a legend. He's like, no, you're a legend. Or he was just being nice to me.
Who knows? And even whether or not he knew you or didn't, that's a beautiful response. I love people that are happy to be recognized and aren't weird about it. So
We
that would be
walking.
my choice for meme of the week.
So 6 pounds of scrimps. Schwarbomb.
Oh, I should have done honorable mention. Honorable mention was Bobby at the bar.
Bobby.
Can you play Bobby at the bar just so I can be happy for a second? I need a little. I need a little shot of serotonin, a little shot of Bobby serotonin.
Too.
That's my. We usually do runner up. Sorry, it's our first game. This is our preseason. We usually do runner up. My runner up would have been Bobby at the bar, but I'm giving meme of the week to something that I made.
You gotta be like limon.
If you guys don't know, Bobby at the bar started in Brazil. That's how we met Bobby.
All I got is a water. I got a slice of pizza and a water. Now I'm getting a Tito's, water, and a limon. If we ever get a bartender, hey bartender, you can't get drunk here 20,000 miles away in Brazil. Just like Rio, you can't get drunk here. Just like Rio. To Brazil, I'll get one quicker. Can I get a Tito's water with a limon? Tito's water with a limon. You like how he enunciated? The limon. It's upon us. Happy Eagles Eve, everybody. You can't be in this video.
It was when I first got there too. So like people they had the photo booth thing going on. So people were all trying to make sure like, hey, before we have a couple cocktails, like let's all take pictures. So people were coming up trying to take pictures, but I'm trying to mic Bobby up to like go to the bar.
And I'm trying to go home to go to bed.
And Holly's like, oh, I know you. I see you in all the videos. He's like, I'm Bobby. He goes, Bobby, I'm Holly. That's my favorite clip in the beginning.
That's like exactly how we met Bobby. That like exact story. I just hear this voice, this just like Delco voice out of nowhere and in the middle of Rio. And that was it. We've been buddies ever since. I love that guy.
Yeah. So mine is I don't even know why I shot this. I was like cooked by this point, but mine is Ryan.
Oh yeah, good job. I was hoping you picked. I left that up there for you. That's the right choice.
I feel bad because from the night before I was like, yeah, you got a girl now. You're going on all these trips. Like I'm not invited. And then she came to the tailgate and she thought I was serious. I was like, dude, you're like me and Ryan. We were supposed to go here. We were supposed to go there. Now he's taking you everywhere. I think she thought I was like serious. That's why I had to message him. I had to apologize because I was like, yo, I was just roasting you all day, and that's usually not my style.
He knew. That's when you know, like Ryan is a legit human because he knew we were just having fun.
All day.
Yo, why are you risking your girl's life for the birds?
Because we're the fucking Super Bowl champions, and fuck Dallas, and we're not fucking leaving.
How do you feel about this?
She's pissed.
She's pissed.
She wants redemption. She was not pissed. She was not pissed that she was at the game. She was pissed that that there was like a delay.
Yeah, that people might not realize we shot that during the weather delay, so that's why that like. And
they were telling everybody to go into the concourse, and he stayed uncovered in the elements. They told everyone to get indoors, and it was
like apocalypse vibes in the concourse too, man. Like almost felt like you're at like the airport and like everybody's flight's delayed. It's like people like sitting on the ground and like sleeping. It was like the longest hour and 5 minutes of my life.
Brutal. But that's my meme of the week. We both got the Eagles winning comfortably. And if you missed any of the show, we talked about the banner drop party, the tailgate, the Eagles, Cowboys, obviously everything that's going on this week. So make sure you catch it wherever you get your podcasts. And we will be back next week, every Tuesday, 8 o'clock. And we'll see you at Sweetwater on Sunday. Go Birds.
Sweetwater, go Birds.